Hello and welcome to my quick guide on Vardorvis. If you're struggling with the axes, special attack, or just securing more kills, then this guide is for you. So let's dive in to my favorite Desert Treasure 2 boss, Vardorvis. Starting with requirements. Simply put, Vardorvis requires full completion of Desert Treasure 2. Since the quest is a Grandmaster quest, it does have some steep skill and subquest requirements such as Desert Treasure 1, Secrets of the North, and Devious Mines to name a few. If you'd like a full list of skill and quest requirements, then check out the link in the description below, since the wiki does a great job of presenting all of the information that you need. Now, as far as gear goes, you're going to want to bring your best melee strength boosting gear and a slash weapon. Here are two gear suggestions for high and low level players. The most notable piece of equipment is Osmumten's Fang. Once again, this weapon really shines as even a slash weapon because of its high accuracy and consistent damage against Vardorvis. If there's one item you can take from these gear setups, it should be the Fang. The high-level gear can go even higher with Torva, a Bellator or Ultra Ring, and a Soul Reaper Axe. However, I personally would not put money into the Soul Reaper Axe since it has limited uses outside of Vardorvis, and its special effect with the Mighty Stacks requires a lot more concentration and skill to use effectively in combat. Some items which can help while learning or extending trips are a Blood Fury for some nice passive heals, or Dragon Claws to quickly end the final phase of the fight. If you have any questions about any of the gear shown here, then leave them down in the comments below and I'd be happy to answer them. I like to pack my inventory full of as much food as possible, so I only bring one super combat potion, 2 or 3 prayer potions, my Book of the Dead and rune pouch for casting thralls, my Ring of Shadows for the fast teleport to the boss, and my construction cape or house teleport tablet as a one-click escape. You can also allocate one extra inventory slot for soul runes, which enables you to cast Death Charge from the Archaeus spellbook at the end of every kill. This is really useful since it helps to replace the Lightbearer's special attack regeneration rate and frees your character up to use a Ring of Suffering for recoil damage and defense, or an offensive ring like an Ultor, Bellator, or Berserker ring instead, while still being able to claw spec at least once per kill. Okay, so now let's talk about some of Vardorvis's mechanics and how to handle them. Vardorvis's most dangerous attack is also his most prominent, axes. Vardorvis will spawn 2 to 3 axes at 8 random points around the edge of the arena. The axes will move linearly or diagonally across the arena, dealing up to 17 damage to anyone who is caught in their path. The axes will also inflict a bleed over the course of 8 seconds, which deals 3 damage every 3 ticks. Now, it's crucial to avoid moving while bleeding if possible, because movement during a bleed will actually cause damage to occur every tick rather than every 3 ticks, speeding up the amount of damage your character incurs substantially. Luckily for us, there is a relatively easy, albeit tick-perfect method that we can handle any axe spawn. By standing on the tiles that I've marked here, you can move behind a pillar the tick before an axe is thrown, and move back to your original tile on the next tick to avoid both the axes that spawn on top of your character and axes that spawn in the corners of the arena. It can be tricky to get this timing down, but I would really encourage you to practice and master this method. While there are other ways to dodge the axes, you'll inevitably come up against random axe spawns which cannot be avoided without the axe skip. Consider the scenario shown in this clip, where axes spawn in both corners of the arena as well as under your character. Here, we have to leverage the axe skip to avoid all damage. The fight becomes drastically easier once you learn how to effectively handle Vardorvis's axes. Vardorvis's next special attack is his darting spikes. The spikes work in a similar manner to the Phantom Muspa, and players should avoid tiles with cracks in the ground. If the spikes hit you, they can deal up to 25 damage. You can completely avoid this attack by standing on the same tile you used to perform the axe skip maneuver, so this special attack shouldn't give you too much trouble, provided you position your character correctly. See how Vardorvis summons his darting spikes, but they can't reach me while I'm in between the pillars? That's what we're going for. One thing to note about this is that if Vardorvis launches this special attack while you're not on your home tile, there is a chance that 2 separate sets of darting spikes spawn. So be on the lookout for avoiding both sets, as moving back to your home tile is not always guaranteed to be safe. Vardorvis' next special attack will have him bind your character in place while a virus overlay is presented on screen. Your job is simple. Click the red virus spores as fast as you can. Failing to do this quickly enough will mean your character is going to take some hefty damage. A tip here is to right-click Vardorvis as soon as you hear the unique sound of this special attack. As soon as the virus overlay is presented, you can click the attack option on Vardorvis to get an extra hit in while solving the virus spore special attack. The final special attack will have Vardorvis' head pop up somewhere within the arena and launch a projectile at your character. You'll have to quickly pray range to negate the attack and switch back to your melee prayer to avoid Vardorvis' next hit. This special can be particularly troublesome when axes are spawning at the same time, so my best recommendation here is to use F keys to quickly switch to your prayer book for this attack. If you miss the prayer flick, your prayers will be disabled, 10 prayer points will be drained, and you're guaranteed to take a melee hit by Vardorvis off prayer, which definitely stings. Some things to note about Vardorvis. For every 10 hit points lost, Vardorvis also loses 1 defense level, which is why BGS and Dragon Warhammer aren't really recommended for special attack weapons. Despite losing defense throughout the fight, Vardorvis will gain strength levels for every 10 HP lost, so his max hit increases as his defense decreases. Alright, so now we're going to go through a full example kill and show you how to take down this boss. So before actually starting the fight, I take a sip of my super combat potion, pray melee and piety, and summon a thrall. Right off the bat, he summons an axe right below me, so I have to do a quick axe skip maneuver to avoid that. Next, I open my prayer book up because I know that his head attack is going to be coming any second now, and I want to be ready for it. And just like magic, there it is. Now I see there's an axe coming for me. I wait until 1 tick before it hits me to do the axe skip because this minimizes the time that I'm off of my safe tile. I want to be on my safe tile so that I can avoid his spikes. And look at that, he just did a spike attack. Thanks to me being on the safe tile, I avoided that without any problems at all. Now, the fight is pretty straightforward. I really only have to move when there's an axe that spawns underneath me or directly across from me. Other than that, I don't have to do anything. I can just sit here, wait for his head to pop up, and handle that special attack. This is a particularly tricky axe spawn because 1 spawned underneath us and 1 spawned across from us. So in this case, I had to do a double axe skip to avoid both of those axes. You can see why the axe skip is so effective. It's used pretty much all throughout the fight. So now Vardorvis is under 33% health, so he's going into his raged phase. You can see I had to do a double axe skip. Another one spawned underneath me. I avoided that, handling his head at the same time. Things are getting chaotic, so I want to finish that fight quickly with my Dragon Claw special attacks. And just like that, we got ourselves a Vardorvis KC. So I know what a bunch of you are thinking right now. Oh, the guy's got an Infernal Cape of Vernic Defender, Fang, full Bandos, Prims. Of course, his Vardorvis KC is easy. Well, I wanted to share a video of me doing this with a full set of rune armor, an Amulet of Glory, and a Dragon Longsword, and nothing else. And I actually end up securing the kill. So it is very much possible. And anything that I'm doing in these clips here is just the same stuff that I've taught in this video. So I hope that shows that gear does help. It makes it easier, but your skills are so much more important than that. And if you master some of the concepts in this video, you can definitely get yourself a Vardorvis KC. So here it is, and I hope you enjoy. Well, that's all I wanted to show in this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as it really helps my channel grow. And check me out on Twitch. I stream regularly at twitch.tv/runewraith_. Thank you and have a great day.